It feels good to be back, and I had a very busy last couple weeks. I didn't have much time to myself, so I wasn't able to go and make new videos, but the ideas were still flowing. When I had a moment or two, I would just, play around with this deck, and I've been working on it for nearly the last 2 weeks, and I'm happy with the way it's going, and I think that this summarizes what 11.6 is all about with a lot of the recent changes. So I want to talk about it and show you guys exactly what we're doing, and we'll get into the games, but before then, let's look at today's sponsor, Brilliant. Why is it that we all want to learn new skills and challenge ourselves, but never seem to find the time? Brilliant.org is the best way to learn math, science, and computer science interactively. I love Brilliant because of how intuitive the lessons feel. Whether they're at a fundamental or advanced level, they always keep me engaged, even though I'm easily distracted. The best part is that the thousands of lessons available are built for busy people like us, and are broken down into bite-sized daily activities to keep us on the right track. Brilliant also adds new lessons monthly, so there's always something to look forward to. For someone like myself wanting to work with computers but not knowing where to start, I recently discovered Thinking in Code, and I think it's the perfect introduction to the subject. To try everything Brilliant has to offer free for a full 30 days, visit brilliant.org/Qcento or click the link in the description. The first 200 of you will get 20% off Brilliant's annual premium subscription. Try it for yourself. You'll love it. Now, previous versions of this deck were still performing well, but this one just feels most consistent when we look at every matchup, okay? So it's with Ragnarok, and that's the new scenario. That's for 11.6. It's kind of the big focal point of the patch, and with this one here, it progresses whenever you play a gold unit, and right away when I hear that, I think of this leader ability, okay? Patricidal Fury gives you Arniolf, which is a gold token, and then that, along with the Sove interactions, really smooth, okay? And you can single turn proc it, much like Feigned Death for Scoia'tael, you know what I mean? We just get it out there one turn, we get things to happen. We don't always want to do it all in one turn, but it's nice to be able to have the ability to do so, okay? What's good is that we get the Cataclysm on both enemy rows for 2 turns. If the opponent stacks against it, let's say we're playing against Reavers, they do a lot of row stacking on melee, or we're playing against just whatever other deck, a Triss deck of some sort where they like to stack a row and boost, and they don't tend to play both rows. I put Nivellen in there. Now, Nivellen wasn't always in the deck, but it actually makes sense to play him, okay? Because it's a gold unit, first of all, which is just another option to proc the Ragnarok. It's another way to keep rows separated when, there's not much else I can do. And because I chose to use Portal in this deck, I'm not going to go in and use Harpooners. And I'm going to look for it here, but I'm probably not going to find it. There we go. So I don't think that these are good if we're trying to thin off Portal. But otherwise, definitely, if you're like, no, I don't want to use Portal, man, that sucks, take a Harpooner for sure. Like, they're good cards. Okay? So there's that, and then on the chapter 1, so after we play the first gold card, we're going to be able to damage a unit by 5. It's immediate engine removal, okay? So imagine being able to, like, take out a 5p and then just sweep a row. It would kill Araka Swarm, for example. We take out one of the engines, we're just dumbing all the tokens, life's good on our side. And then chapter 2, spawn and play Clear Skies. So that's something that I think Skellige has a little bit of difficulty with, and it's something that I tried to see if I can play into a little bit more. So what we did here was we took the Feral Bond, and to be able to get back the Skellige Wolf plus the unit that we create off this, and then to be able to take the Patricidal Fury Arniolf, and to be able to get maybe the Portal stacking on the row, and that type of stuff here. Or if they already separate the row, we can Nivellen, depending on our board state, Mushy Truffle as well, creating more things. I really did my best to be able to try to create as much as possible so that we can stack and we can get a decent Clear Skies, because otherwise it just doesn't really fit here. Boost all units on an allied row by 1. It feels lore friendly because all this nonsense goes on, but then you get the Clear Skies. Like, I get that, but I wish it was something else on this side here. You know what I mean? Like, even if it was like spawn something of some sort, like, I'd prefer that. So there's that there. Portal is the idea, okay? So I thought maybe we can try to go in without the discard package. Maybe I can try to go in without Compass and, all the typical Roach Knickers thinning type stuff. I don't want to use Oneros here. I want to greedy it out. I want to get the most value out of the cards that I'm playing. So I decided, you know what, we'll make it like an artifact deck, okay? And Avalak's going to be one of the main tutors. And Avalak here can actually proc Ragnarug, which is nice. Imagine you have Ragnarug on the board. You can literally take Avalak to go into like Truffle or Portal or something like that. You're just doing like a swing while proccing. It's pretty cool. So I went and did that sort of thing, okay? And at one point, it wasn't working too well, but once we got Portal in there, it's feeling pretty good. And one of the things that you gotta do in a deck like this is if you don't have direct tutors and you're relying on a sequence like Avalak going into Portal to get out 2 cards, you want to make sure you have something like Maxi. And again, Maxi plays into Ragnarug very well, but Maxi also makes sure that we're top decking what we need to do, and maybe we can put something at the bottom like Savage Bear so that we don't pull it and potentially break the Sove. Mind you, I have other Sove targets. We got the 2, 4, we got 5, right? There's like a lot of options for Sove. So Sove's not dead if we thin too many bears, right? But yeah, Maxi with this combo works crazy, okay? And to feed into the Cataclysm more, we have Okvist. And we're getting to the fun part here, and I'm just trying to like prolong it. But you know what? We're playing Dagger 2 Blades, man. He got the buff from 10 provisions, going down to 9, and it feels like a really sweet spot here. The common, I want to say mistake that I see a lot of times is that people will play Dagger, and then they'll try to play Fukusha, and then they'll try to go and take, you know, another res, and just basically put the whole deck. I'm looking for Sigdrifa's right, by the way. So there we go. They try to make the whole deck go around Dagger 2 Blades. And if you lean too hard into one strategy and it doesn't work, the deck is bad, okay? And that's what I noticed. I was doing that at the beginning, and now I just feel like it's a play, not the play. And if you get, like, let's say some rain off the half-roost, some pings off the berserkers, some bleeding off the bears, maybe whatever we create off this, you know, maybe even Okvist in that round, Dagger's really good. If we don't do that play, Dagger's really good with scenarios. So there's a lot of different things you can do, but you don't need to bring them back, okay? If this card gets to 10 points and gets heat-waved, well, so be it. It happens, okay? And that's where I'm comfortable with this, okay? We got some carryover with Mushy Truffle, little 6 points, keeping things out of removal range, you know the rest. Morkvarg is better in this case of Dagger than Heatwave, but if you're finding that you want to lean even less into Dagger, you can take out the Morkvarg and you can put the Heatwave. I don't have much problem with that. I just think that this is pretty cool. Obviously another gold unit that's going to be able to proc Rag, and then, you know, this interaction, it's kind of hard to miss. And honestly, the good old days of Gwent was when Morkvarg hit a really tall, over-boosted, like, one-trick pony deck, so I like to have this back in the lineup. It feels pretty good. A lock for the things we can't remove, another gold unit. You see how the trend goes. In my previous version, I had, instead of Verification, I had another Corsair. But I think Verification over time is more consistent. And Corsair in a short round 3 is pretty sad, but oftentimes we'll have the portal that's finished, or we'll have the truffle that's clicked, or we'll have the vial that auto-fins on round 1. There's so many different things that we could just take and say, you know what, we're just going to flip that into a bear, right? And we get a 10-point bear in this case. But also, because I took out Morkvarg, if I'm playing against cultists, it's like the only chance I have. This could be pretty good against Reavers as well. This could be pretty good against Harmony. So it actually just feels that much better than having Deranged Corsair here. Now, I did have as well, because I'm going to get comments about this, and trust me, if I get a comment about this still, I know people don't watch this part of the video. So on Craite, Greatsword, I had 2 of these in the deck initially because they go very well here. But if you haven't noticed, if you have Bloodthirst 3, you may create and play any Bronze Skellige Warrior that was not your starting deck. So you should just aim for BT3 and just go and create a Great Sword, because then you trade up 1 provision. So I found that floating these at 4 was very awkward, and it's better just to make the board state and complement it with the Great Sword. Because if I just get a bunch of Bloodthirst and then get the Great Swords down right before the Okvist clicks or right before the Ragnarok, like, we're healing these up all the way in 1 turn pretty much. So it works out the same way, if not better. We're saving on provisions. We're maximizing the value for the deck. Okay? Guiding Slash, because why not? Bloodthirst 2, damage 6, easy engine removal. These are just point slam. These are just value. We don't mind thinning them, just like everything else here. And Vile for the knowledge, but also I think Vile is a really good card to play proactively, just with Drum and Berserker. You know, you get a lot of points out of that. You're really stretching for the round, and also you can keep Dagger floating at 4 and just boost it on board. It looks pretty good, feels pretty good, and keeps it out of easy removal range, makes them go for the tall targets. So that's pretty much it. And I got 4 games with live commentary for reference for you guys today. Hopefully you enjoy, and if you enjoy the content overall, please subscribe to the channel. We're close to 15k subs, man, so it's only a matter of time. But let's get into it. So for the first game here, we have Enslave 5 or 6. Let's see. 6. I might have to do like a Sove round 1. I don't know how much I value Macamail here. It's decent, but it's a bit better. Maxi we maybe keep just so that we have the ability to look ahead. And then I think we can put back one of the Berserkers. There's Portal, okay. And maybe just for better odds, we put back the other one so that we don't get the 2 Savage Bears, you know? So we go ahead and take the Portal Fin. I'll just boost it so you get more life out of it. Don't trade it to a Joust. What I don't like about this, though, is that when it gets to 6, it's a pretty good leader for them to tempo ahead. We do have Morkvarg, though. If they go ahead and they play Torres, then yeah, we could deal with that, you know. Part of me wants to lock Torres first so that they can't thin it, but we'll see what they gave Spine to here. 1, 2, and 3. So they're looking to get basically, yeah, it's just the big boost play here, and they probably won't even see these cards, but I'm still contemplating whether I should lock that. I don't know if I should. I don't think I will. It sort of defeats the purpose of literally using Morkvarg, but if I can get away with not doing that, we just get the points back. Portal flips. We have enough to at least get out of the round, which is reasonable, you know? That's a little slow. I don't know if they're a Helga player, so I don't know if I should be locking this or if I should be waiting, but we can always just take Gutting Slash and just get it over with here, you know? Because I can lock Helga if they play. We can't lock that. Might as well just, you know. So far, decent. First bear is out of the way off the portal, so we have the second one for Sove. If I have to, we'll start weighing the odds as to... There it is, okay. Just kind of hoping that we just keep the Bloodthirst. Honestly, though, here. If they enslave that, we're cooked. It means we lose the round, but at that point, I would probably just pass at 5.
Suffering a noble's friend. You'll be count once I'm done with you.
25, 23 less 1. I think we go for more bleeding. We need to sort of tempo it instead of taking like a raid card there. If you think about it though, taking Feral Bond into these is actually pretty good. So they lose 2 points. If I pass and then they pass, they lose 2 more. That's probably the best I'm gonna get here, isn't it? And we get the points from the bear, right? If they play in, okay. I feel like we can't really compete against Glynis, Torres, Helga, Calvi, you know, just the whole fleet basically. Mind you, there's a lot left, but I'd rather try and defend than... The issue is that they have the Enslave 6 going into a round 3, and they might take a long round 3. We gotta watch out too for Vilg, right? I think I put back going tall. I don't think Nivellen's going to be very good here, besides proccing scenario. But we could always just make sure, you know? Maybe just put that back. There we go. So, if I need to, we could reach in for Maxi, or we can go for the Truffle carryover. I think maybe it's just Maxi in this case.
Your magic can't harm me. No
Maxi hits for 3, 2. We can go Avalak into Knowledge. We have these at the bottom of the deck. I have to say, I think I'm going to actually shuffle this because this is really my target card, but I want these. So we'll put the Savage Bear back, and then we'll just try to get lucky. One thing we got to be careful about, though, would be literally them taking this or this, you know? Okay. So this plays for 10. That basically mitigates one of the Nausicaas, and then this will get cooed. Decent. This goes in for Truffle. We at least bonded once. I think it's as good as we're going to get here, so... Probably just take Truffle now. And I would say we're stacking melee, even though we have the one card that's going to be going on ranged. Yeah. Or we can just basically do it the other way around. It doesn't actually matter that much. We already have one there, so these will be played later. And that's if everything survives, right? So
Best drown yourself with those damn nets.
I can't say boosting would be effective here. It's funny because I think the only reason why this deck is actually kind of good is because of the Calvite being able to top deck properly, because other than that, you'd be left with so many lackluster 4 and 5 provision cards. Is that what you're going to use?
An interesting...
This is wild.
How dare you, foul swine?
Okay. Sure. they use the Enslave, so... Move 3 adjacent units. Yeah, I'm getting... What if I just row stack myself to save time here?
It's on it all. A guest is a guest.
If I don't click, then they get the value out of it, which is just actually worse, so... It actually helps me set up Sove if I need something proactive to do, and it helps me get the dagger online, so... Play that? Okay.
Three little swallow. Burn your feathers off.
You could kiss my
Sure.
tail goodbye.
If I play this, they're just gonna go and Stefan it at 6, which is not horrible. It actually prevents Ockfist from getting hit. Yeah, you know. So it gets actually 2 more. Sure. You know, I could just boost it. 2, 4, 5. Okay.
What is truth?
Bro, it's time.
I
It
know
is
how
time.
Scope belonged to
They're gonna
nature's
try and
son
coup that, aren't they?
never before.
3, 7, or 6. If we had a half ruin deck, that would be disgusting. Let's get some Ragnaroks in the comments, man. Ready? 3, 2. Or maybe it's so first to be safe. Yeah. Shit. No, we can't. Well, we can, but I want to kill that. Okay, kill that. Yeah, Stefan on that. Shh. I'd rather actually just kill Sove and... I don't know, like, you'll get Stefan off it, and that's cool.
Give me some of that.
But that's really it, isn't it? Especially if like one Cataclysm hits it, we're just doing very well. I'm gonna take you now, okay? We got this. We're gonna hit it. There you go. Enslave 6 players, man. I'm telling you. Actually, we don't win yet. I should probably shut up. It's looking kind of bad, actually. That's a good, okay. Bloodthirst 2, we take out this engine. I don't think I'm in, you know, much more of a rush. We're doing alright. It's just, if they have like a Yennefer's Invo. Which, no, they can't. They're Enslave 6.
A bit of bloodletting.
And they played the Vilg. I think that's it. They might have Leo, but that would be it.
Oh, how wonderful! You speak our tongue.
take you first, just so we get the most value of the clear skies. I'm trying my best to make clear skies look cool, guys. You know what, though? The unfortunate thing is that I literally could have taken Sove earlier. And I just want to point this out because I had many different opportunities to do it. And we just couldn't pull it off the way I wanted to. So I guess you could say it was a little greedy for the video, but I would have probably taken this much earlier when we had the opportunity, right at 4. So we'll just take it for points. I don't think in this instance it's going to make the difference of the game, which is great, but if we're nitpicking, yeah, this one's pretty done. Because I can go ahead and take out one of the Nausicaas. We're already up by about 40 points. The Velen's in their deck. Dude, why didn't you turn that off years ago? I don't know. I don't have all my questions answered, you know? Yeah, even less than 30 points. Like, if they somehow get rid of that thing, it's still a win.
Yes.
That's a big swing. Wasn't expecting that one. And next up here we have Reavers, I guess. It's usually nothing else. Okay, we'll find out soon enough here. So portal thinning is great. The fact that we go first is not. I would imagine that they really push us here, right? We're going to be playing into a lot of armor if it's reverse, so I don't really value the Berserkers that much. Yeah, okay. We've seen this one before. So they have one movement tech, 2 movement techs. So if I Nivellen, they just push it back. We almost need them to like waste theirs so that we can use ours after. Dagger as well is not going to get the most value. They push it back, they have tall punish, they have just tons of stuff here.
Don't recognize your old mate. With a crimp
So we have 4 damage to do. Simple enough. You got to start counting how many copies they've been playing, okay? So they have the 2 in starting deck, they have the 1 off the Truffle, they can have 1 off the Garrison, and that goes the same for the Scouts, right? That's very difficult to remove. We can't. But if we leave it unchecked, it gets crazy, so just kind of comes down to a lock here. And I don't really want to give it bleeding because if they have Pelor, they get more value out of that Purify, so we can just leave it for a sec and see what happens. That's unfortunate. I think they had the 1 off in the deck, right? And that was actually a very good trade. If they were able to purify that, I think they would have done it by now. Just saying. Maybe it's worth taking bleeding, because I'm not really looking to take that 1 extra damage off the Warlord, you know? Although it's nice for maybe the second Feral Bond, it's not completely required here, you know? We also have the second bear in hand. I'd like to put that back for Soph if we can. Both echoes are out. Thirst. The annoying part is that actually keeps me in the round when I wanted to leave. But you have to expect it, right? Is it worth playing Rag here? Ragnarok to actually get out of the round in exchange for their leader in both echoes. It could be good. The shorter we keep the round 3, the better. And if I can go in and bleed a little bit into a round 2, that would be very good for me here. But it's hard to say. At this point, I feel like we just want to get out of the round alive, right?
That's at stake here. This is no time to whimper.
Traveling is
They
an
reset
option,
that,
you see.
okay.
One of the better ones.
Sure. We're pretty trapped. I still think we have potential. I'm going to try and get their push out of the way at least, and see what we can do there. We kill off one entirely. We're doing a lot of damage to that armor with the Cataclysm, unfortunately. I didn't really want to push them back because of that, but at least we turn off the engines. And it doesn't give me that much of a lead either. And also, just made a mistake. I put the Nivelle in there on the melee when it should have very well been on the range row, so we get the most value out of the scenario. Just kind of a frustration play. And that's actually like a perfect 10-gate sword for them. I'm getting kind of tilted here, not gonna lie. We stay ahead. I don't even care about proccing the scenario for the last time if it means we get out of the round at this point. I don't think we can win it, especially if they go ahead and play the truffle, right? Yeah, there you go. It's exhausting. I don't want to use leader either.
Let's go.
Sort of what we have to do here. Yeah, the thing is, if I lose on even, they pass. They get 2 cards up. They have the Echo. They get the boost off the Amphibious. At least this makes us get out. It doesn't make us win the round, though. They probably just play 2 cards and win. Like this one and the next one. Yeah, you see that?
Travel makes one modest. Let's
The
hope
good
we
part,
take
though,
adventure.
is that if they try to bleed, I don't think it's going to be very effective. So they do play the Dwim, you see, and they just click because it's not worth it. How you going to bleed in with Reavers? Take the squirrel, sure. I wouldn't bleed with Reavers as well. Like, if I was in this case, it doesn't make a lot of sense unless they had AA into one and then they just clicked it right away and just got lucky. But usually you wouldn't bleed like that. So we don't really have a Sove target set up, which is pretty frustrating, but we have the Truffle online full capacity. And that's really good. So even Sove on range roll, worst case, when we have to use leader early and we don't have the round length to get what we want, is fine. But we do have the half ruse that can break things up and make it more manageable for Bloodthirst. It's just not the right matchup for it. No kidding, eh? I'm surprised. I wasn't expecting a bleed at all. It's funny because I actually don't have an answer to it. So I'm thinking Royal Guards? No, they don't have Royal Guards.
Oh, how wonderful. You speak our
They're just going for it. Okay. I don't think you're ever getting card back after that, right? We have Tall Punish, we have Point Slam, we have it all. And they used that location. If they were going to bleed, they should have just not clicked. I'm pretty sure they had the points if they didn't click. It might have been a tie, though. Wow. So instead of giving themselves 10 points, they gave me 0. Like, it's the same. Like, I got 6 either way.
Let's go. Don't recognize
I don't know, man.
with the Crinfrid Reavers.
If I can get out of the round and
with those damn nets.
they, like, could have used that 10-point play, I'm not sure what to tell you here. I think they're thinking about it as if it were like a Get-A-Nith deck, with the Crow Clan preachers and stuff like that, it's much different.
Welcome back.
We're just using it for the 6 points carryover. Yeah, wow, okay. Look, so you would have at least gotten one card from me. Yeah, that's just how it goes, I guess. So next up we have Precision Strike, and honestly, man, I don't think it's gonna be good. The good part is that I go second, but if we were on blue for this type of matchup, I don't think it would be possible to win, really. If it's what I'm thinking it is, we'll take advantage of the fact that we have some decent stuff in hand. We could take Portal, we'll flip Portal. Put this back because it gets traded too easily. I don't think we want to go tall. That's not bad. I got the half roost. Maybe it's... See, we have to take Portal when given the opportunity, but Truffle would have been good here as well. I think we still take Portal. Knowing me, if I don't take Portal, I'm not drawing Scenario, so it's one of those things. They're probably looking at my deck like, what is that? Okay. Single turn proc sort of pushes me out of the round, doesn't it? It might just be worth playing light. I have to see what they have in their deck. So it's a bunch of that stuff. Alright? Okay, so you have one backup plan, and the focus would be the Waylay. I still think you run two backup plan always in this deck. But yeah, it's just essentially Waylays and some Tall Punish, which is actually very annoying for us. Okay, because Sov goes... Yeah, this is like auto lose, I think. We'll just take the carryover.
Only one will walk away from this.
At least I shut off their engine at the same time, you know?
Let us sing the song of steel.
We probably just dome that. I think it's just worth it. I need to sort of bait them into using things, you know? This would be a pretty good Ragnarok round. It's just that we're down 20 points and I know they're going to pass if we do that. So it's like, do we ever do that, you know? Maybe we take Corsair to give us reach.
I feed the waters.
What am I lucky? We have better luck killing a 2 than a 3. Wow, 3-on-1. But there's 2. I feel like if I go into long round 3, they might have more of a chance of bricking their hand and doing all that type of stuff, so it's kind of the idea, you know? I mean, we just flip this. Now we're in range, you know? And then, whoops. I just play bronze cards. That's essentially the case, you know? Nice scenario, dude. We actually, we came pretty damn close. Should I just flex it? Yeah, I'll just flex it. It'll look good. There's the cataclysm I was waiting for. Thank you. Heatwave, muzzle, Teshem, and curse. Okay. I have room to play Maxi. I don't think that Dagger is going to be the target play anymore. It's only a matter of time before they play Nivellen too. Like they're going to play into this because they swarm so hard, so I think we just ditch it. Yeah. Top deck is this, and we have 1, 2, 3 Mull. So we're actually going to be pulling into the other one, which I don't mind because I don't think Sov's going to work out. It's just giving them value. I'm pretty sure we just take this off the Avalak then. 3. We take a 1 mulligan, which can be this. We keep the ale if we want to do it that way. It's not too bad. Or we just mulligan both and we just get the 1 bear back. I don't even know what you're getting rid of. Can't be that important. Realistically, man, I need to have like bricks in their hand, you know? Whenever I take PS leader into long round 3, I always have bricks, so. So we said 1 mulligan. I mean, it's the same thing if I take 1 as if I take 2. But this goes back in, we get the other one, so Portal's probably better. I'd say that's pretty good. Like, we lose Dagger anyways. I don't really want to play a card that's just going to play negatively, you know? Realistically, Dagger is no better than a Savage Bear here, if you think about it. What's cool too is I can actually just jam their board if I need to.
The Scoia'tael must the woods abandon. Join us instead and
That's
defend the valley.
easy lock. They don't really go tall. I don't think we're going to get much value off of Mork, but pretty sure we can warm up the portal here. So we've made a commitment to stack ranged with exception to Sov. Yeah, we could do that. Hopefully we hit a 3. Or the 7. There you go. I believe that it's still worth actually just taking Sov. Why would we just dump them for 12? When we can hit 20 and hope they didn't draw a curse. They still have 11 cards in deck, you know? Minus the 2 they just put, but... What are you doing?
Know that I was trained by Clara Larissa de Winter herself.
If they took a dead Alyssa, that's good for me, right? Okay, first of all, we're all lined up to take the rag. Just saying. But you know what? See, I got 50-50 of pulling the wrong card, but we have Nivellen here for Sov as a backup, so we're not stressing too hard. We want to take this late. Well, we'll take this now. Just, yeah, Ockfist is gonna get some really good value later.
Hey, goodbye.
There's the muzzle's gonna go on my 6 for sure. Yeah. At least I still have 2 left to bond up here. You know what? Like, I forget if they had Heatwave. I don't think they had Heatwave. I don't think they did. Let's at least get him scared a little bit. Yo, that was actually a very good pull. Berserker is what we wanted, right? Basically, they couldn't play around the Cataclysm from the location, so now, or scenario, I guess you could say at this point, but now we can pick our row we want to stack better. 1, 2. I'll just play into the Bloodthirst, I think. There you go. Yeah, can you stay alive now? There. It's a sad, sad day. Oh, they still got 4? What did I miss? Whatever. It's like... Chill, chill, chill. It's a prank. I'm just gonna clog them. Basically, I'm playing on purpose into the front row. It sucks because I have nothing I want to hit here, but we'll take out a token. I'm playing it purposely into the front row so that these don't die off the Ockfist, right? And then we'll take this unranged. And I don't think it... Actually, you know what? We're gonna preserve it just a little longer.
Oh, how wonderful! You speak our tongue.
Could have left one spot, it wouldn't have hurt, but... So they had the Heatwave, that's right. Okay. 6-point Heatwave. So many things I have to play around here, it's annoying. So what they're looking to do is take the Curse of Corruption to take out the Ockfist, which is something we just don't let them have. Now, we can do 50-50, or we can take Sove in order to make it work. I honestly believe that just throwing Sove down is more effective in preventing that from being a thing. Because we have such board, like, AoE that we should just win You'll see. They're gonna be like, no. Yeah, nice. I'm definitely not using this, even if I can. Just because I think it does better for them than it does for me. Like, I'm chilling, right? Yeah, even though we had to play that unconventionally, like, purposely not taking tall things that I just don't want to see get killed, we just clapped them, right? There you go. Alright, we have Enslave 6 coming up here again. I choked on my own words. Alright, Enslave 6. 5. Okay, Enslave 5. Okay, we got some variety here. Let's go. Put this one back for now. Put this one back for now. I could play one, use one. I don't have any thinning here. We have reach because pretty much the whole hand is expendable. So they're struggling for something to do, okay? When you see that, you take advantage of it, okay? Here. They have a lot of deploys, I would imagine, in hand, or just things they can't play. Well, there's that.
Onward, sons of Nilfgaard!
Enslave 5 would be the shoot variant, so we gotta be careful about that. What I can do is this.
What? This?
And then after that's taken care of, we can go and take the verification on here. However, we have to be careful that they don't use the shoot here, because shoot destroy is kind of nasty. But they don't. They obviously don't. There's a good assassination still, very good one. This gives me 10 points. We're still down. BT1 engine? Yeah.
Loot! Loot!
Let's go, value. It's gonna get a stunning blow. It's my luck.
We'll breed approval. With fire and iron.
So here, let's see. I think I bear it. We have verification. We have the play here. I think we're supposed to take Corsair on this one and just try to kill this as well. I hope they play on ranged, but at the same time, we kind of just want to make sure we get that kill. I actually thought about maybe taking War Criers off of location, but it's really easy to stop, I think. Berserker just feels a little more consistent. That's annoying. They read my mind, basically. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Cool, 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 cool. We lose one. They lose one. probably going to be your pass, isn't it? We definitely play in if they pass. Okay, good. Good. Missed opportunity to take that joust on the bleeding, just saying. 28, 25, less 1. I'm just gonna basically still doing this because these are out of reach. They're something. We did shut off the war crier though, but I might just take a leader charge for that next turn if they keep going. Because then we can get 6 for the slash if we use 2 leaders this round. It really depends on the situation here. Yeah, you're playing ranged? Definitely, definitely. We'll take 2. Actually, we really got to take that war crier out of 5. We got to get him to 6. That's not that big of a deal. Sure. So we actually get a perfect roll on this because we take this out at 6 and then we take these out. There. Like, we don't have to win the round. I just kind of want to get out all the good stuff. And then I'm chilling. Because they did play Calvite, so I want to do value bleed round 3. Like round 2 into round 3 and just have round 3 for them not looking crazy. There it is. Hopefully it's not resilience. Let's see. Do I ever just push him back to make it not as good? If I take... We do have to play the armor back, though. We could lose a point. 4, 5, 6, 7, it boosts. Yeah, I think on the back of the leader, just playing for points, we win this round. I'm pretty sure that's the way. We'll have to see. 11 points in pocket's pretty good. If they go and take leader at 4, we don't mind too much. I don't want to play Nivellen yet because they might just take him. The 10-point carryover makes it tough to 2-0, but it's a target if we get Ragnarok, so there's that. It's not great. Like, we don't mind. Top deck's looking immaculate. We get these 2, and then we get... Oh my. What's your last card? Show me. If it's very good, they won't play it because of the shoop on the board, but... Yeah, it's got to be a banger. All right, round 1. I can't say it's pretty, but it's effective. So, a couple things. I could bleed for value. Or... Should we put back Nivellen? Yeah. I think I can bleed for value off Portal and get the carryover with Truffle. but I don't think we want to go all in, okay? Just saying. Let's see if we can get a leader out for that. It'd be sort of an awkward leader though, because it would flip. I guess it would be a 6-point leader.
What is truth if not an illusion?
Do we have a preference? I think we'll just play this unranged.
Oh, how wonderful! You speak our tongue.
We still have a lot of targets for Sov. We're doing alright.
The mysteries of this world, boundless they are.
So we have Shoop and Redea played. I'm not sure what else we have to deal with, but I don't have to play into 5s. We actually don't have a lot of stuff in that range, so their leader might just not be very good. We still get the Thin. We save these, which is just better for us, I think. Pretty sure that that's kind of annoying, but we'll take either of these, right? We get 5 if we can. Otherwise, so for points is just good too. Just keep in mind we have the ability to use the Ragnarug to damage 5 if we need to, so. Grab. Is it worth trying to get Mork instead of something here? Maybe like this? Oh my gosh. Would have been nice. Would have been nice. Pretty decent targets though. 5s, 6s, and 7s for the Vilg. They might actually have to take like a defensive Vilg.
We all make sacrifices. The Empire our cause.
Is there any way we can kill this? We'd have to somehow damage it. Oh, no way. They have to. They actually have to kill it. So their whole Sangreal thing is not going to work. Thank you. Appreciate you. Respect. We'll put this on melee so we actually have a rag value. And we'll just do this to spite them, you know? Be funny. There you go. Play this on melee because this goes on range, but this goes on melee. We have Bloodthirst 2, we get Bloodthirst 4, we take out the... It's Slippery Slope. I still think it's Ragnarug into... It's just, I don't know if I'm going to have enough Bloodthirst. I will if they take that 4. You know what we almost have to do? It's actually going to be Ockfist. And then Avalak. Yeah. Okay, I need Bloodthirst. honestly, we're not playing for clear skies at this point. So I'm going to take this here, and then we'd 3, 2, 1 it. And they'll probably try and get rid of that before then. But then we can take basically Avalak into scenario, and then we can use Sov and Leader to proc the scenario.
You will see it in your dream.
It's beautiful. Bloodthirst. Yes, okay. Perfect. We actually have enough room to put the... This is just a clap, I think. There's no way. And if they don't leader this turn, we actually take... we take away the leader, pretty much.
Quite the menial task.
Yes. Good, good, good. I was hoping it wasn't a 5, you know? Okay. So do 1.
Want to know why I got my scar?
Sucks that it's not like a 1 more damage, you know? It's alright. Yeah. I was trying to figure out how to make this work, but they just knew it was over.